and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Carly and welcome to my YouTube family. So today's video is going to be a review and first impressions of the new Rare Beauty makeup line by Selena Gomez. I ordered these products quite a few weeks ago and it took a long time for them to come. Coming to Australia from America, the shipping can definitely take a very long time, so that's why I'm only able to film this video today for you. I just got these products in the mail yesterday and I really wanted to film a video about them straight away. I was really interested in this new collection. There's been so many new makeup brands released recently and so many celebrities releasing their own makeup brands as well, but this was definitely one that caught my eye and I really wanted to try out these products. First of all, Selena Gomez's makeup is always really beautiful and polished and more on the kind of natural side, which I do really like to go for most of the time. So that's what really caught my eye initially, and I just was really interested in the products that she released. There was a whole range of new products in the first drop of the collection. There was face products, there was lip products, eyebrow products. So I was really excited to try those out. And another reason I really wanted to try out this brand and support this new brand was the amazing message behind this brand. I'm going to read it out from my phone directly just so I make sure I get all the information correctly. So when Selena was announcing this new brand of hers called Rare Beauty, she did mention that there is the Rare Impact Fund. So this is supporting the mental health of our community, employees and partners is core to everything we do. By celebrating our uniqueness and making people feel more connected, Rare Beauty aims to reduce the stigma associated with mental health, address the epidemic of chronic loneliness, and help give people access to the resources they need to support their mental well-being. So the Rare Impact Fund was launched as part of Rare Impact with the goal of raising $100 million over the next 10 years to help give people access to mental health services. So I think that is such an incredible message that Selena has used behind her brand. She's using her platform for a really good initiative. Mental health is definitely something that has been brought to the attention of many more people in the last couple of years. I've found it's definitely more talked about than it used to be, and it's a very important message to have behind her brand. So knowing that she is supporting mental health research and services, I think is such an amazing cause and definitely a reason why I wanted to get behind and support her brand. So let's have a look at the products first of all. I did purchase a couple of the products, not everything, just because I wanted to try out a few things first. So the first product I did pick up is the foundation. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. This does come in 48 shades, which I think is incredible for a new brand just starting out. So Selena is really catering to all different people with different skin tones, so that is really amazing. And I love the packaging of this. It's like it looks like a glass bottle, but I believe it's some sort of plastic bottle. It has this kind of frosted look to it. And what's really interesting with a lot of her products is the packaging. So the lids here, they have this little white ball on top of them. Now Selena does have lupus, but she also has arthritis. So she wanted to make some packaging that was a lot easier for people with arthritis in their hands to be able to open. So it's a lot easier to grip onto the little ball on top here and turn the lid. So I thought, once again, that's an amazing initiative. She's actually put a lot of thought behind the brand and made sure it is definitely for everyone out there. So I thought that was a really special little touch to the packaging, and I just think it's really sleek and beautiful as well. Next, I also got the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. Once again, it's got the same beautiful packaging. This time, this is more of a kind of flat top. It's not a round ball, which just makes it easier to grab hold of once again. Same sort of kind of frosted glass plastic packaging, and I just think this is really beautiful, chic, sleek packaging that really kind of fits in with Selena's look. So I think this is really beautiful, and it's just going to, it kind of suits everyone. I think this brand is meant to be for everyone from teenagers up to older women as well, and men as well. So I think that is really beautiful. I did get the Rare Beauty foundation brush. I really wanted to try this one out with the foundation. I'm always interested in new brushes for foundation. I'm always looking for new ones to try. This one caught my eye. Of course, the packaging is stunning, but the shape of the brush, it's kind of like a circle with some square edges to it. It's really interesting. I think it's going to be really nice and easy to get in around the more difficult areas on the face, and it has got these more kind of firm bristles that are more like a kabuki brush, which I prefer with brushes. That way you're not going to get any brush strokes. It's going to give you more of that flawless application. So looking forward to trying this one. This next product I think I was probably the most excited to try. These are the Soft Pinch liquid blushes. The packaging is beautiful once again. It is a little bit different to the foundation and concealer. It has more of this kind of white gold packaging. It's not quite gold, not silver. It's kind of in between. But once again, it's got this same little, more of a flat ball on top, which makes it a little bit easier to open. And the two shades I picked up are Joy, which is this beautiful coral tone, and Bliss, which is just such a beautiful light pink neutral tone. I can see myself using these quite a lot, especially in summer here in Australia. I definitely love going for more kind of liquid cream products to give my skin that beautiful dewy glowing look. So I'm really looking forward to trying these. Next, I picked up one of the Brow Harmony double-sided brow pencils. This is in the shade Cool Brown. This is really innovative. I like how one end has the kind of wax crayon on it, and then the other end has a brow gel, which is quite genius. I haven't seen any other brands do this, I don't believe. Some have different types of brow crayons on each end, or pencils, but this one has the little brow gel on the end, and this brush is really nice and thin, so that's going to be amazing for really getting in and lifting up your brow hairs. So I think this product is going to be really nice. I can't wait to try it. And then lastly, I picked up two of the new lip products that were released. So I've already prepped my skin, so now I'm just going to go in with primer. I'm going to use this one here from Urban Decay. This is the new All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer. I've used this a couple of times and I do really like it. It just gives that beautiful glowing, hydrating look to my skin, which I really like before applying a foundation and my other base products. So I'm just going to go in and just work that into my skin using my fingers. So now that the skin is primed, I'm going to be trying out the new Rare Beauty foundation. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. I'm using the shade number 210N. So it does come with this really nice big applicator here. So I'm going to just apply this directly to my skin. I usually like to do just a couple of lines on each side of my cheek. I'll go across my chin area and also across the forehead and just down my nose and around the cheeks as well. And I am going to be using the Rare Beauty foundation brush. This is a really unique shape. It's got this kind of almost like an oval but square combined shape to it. So it looks really nice. The bristles are super soft and smooth. It's almost like a kabuki type brush. So I feel like this is going to blend the foundation in really nicely and give really nice coverage. So I'm just going to start blending that into the skin. So this foundation is meant to give you more of a medium to full coverage look, and it's meant to dry down to more of a natural kind of satin finish, so not too matte, but I do feel like it gives this kind of nice velvety look to my skin, which I'm really liking. And I do prefer more kind of medium coverage foundations. I do like the look of them on my skin better, more so than full coverage, because then I can go in with concealer and just add any extra coverage that I need without making my skin look too cakey. This shade is really nice. It's matching in really well to my tan. I do have a fake tan on at the moment, so I was hoping when I purchased this online I was able to match my shade, and this one I think matches in really nicely. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation applied, and it does give really nice coverage. I am liking the coverage. The finish is definitely more on the natural kind of satin finish. It's not looking dewy on my skin. There is a little bit of glow, but that would be from the primer that I applied, but it's definitely not a dewy looking foundation. It's more of that kind of in-between satin velvet finish, but so far I'm really liking the way it looks on my skin, and I'll try out the concealer to see how they look together. So now for the concealer. This is the Liquid Touch Weightless Brightening Concealer. I am using the shade 210N. They do recommend on the website to match the concealer to the foundation because it is a slightly lighter tone, so it's meant to complement the foundation colour. So that's what I've done with this concealer. So I'm just going to apply some of that down the centre of the face. It does have this really interesting kind of applicator. It's almost like a triangle shaped applicator. Really interesting. It's got this kind of tip at the top which allows you to get right in to the under eye area. So I'm going to apply some of this right into that under eye area and just underneath. This does feel really nice and creamy. It is a hydrating concealer with a medium buildable coverage, meaning that you can build this up to more full coverage if you're wanting to. Just going to apply some down the center of the face, just the usual areas I apply concealer. On my chin, I have this nice blemish here that I'm hoping will cover up nicely. And I also just apply some around the mouth area where I tend to get a bit of redness as well. I'm going to go in with a damp sponge. This is the one from Real Techniques. And I'm going to blend that into the skin. I do really like a more hydrating concealer just because I do have more dry skin and you definitely don't want to have dry looking under eyes. So I'm really happy this is a hydrating formula. And also being more of a medium coverage concealer I really do like, because anything full coverage can look quite heavy on top of a foundation. I would only really use a full coverage concealer if I'm just using concealer on its own. But this one has a really nice medium coverage. And it is definitely blending in really nicely to the foundation. It does complement the foundation. It's just that slight bit of a lighter shade. I just like to go with my sponge and just kind of blend the foundation into the skin just so it's all nice and flawless looking. There's no sort of brush strokes, although this brush definitely didn't leave any brush strokes. I was really happy with the way that that one worked with the foundation. It just gave that really nice kind of flawless finish to my skin. That is the concealer and foundation together. I do have to say I'm really liking the way it looks at the moment. That concealer did give me nice coverage, nothing too heavy or full coverage, and I haven't got any creasing under my eyes just yet. So yeah, really happy with how that's looking at the moment. Next I'm going to move on to some of the liquid face products before I apply powder to my face. These are the Soft Pinch liquid blushes. I do have to say I absolutely love the packaging on these. I did get two shades. The first one we have here is called Bliss, which is a little bit more of a lighter, more natural pink tone. And the other shade I have is Joy, which is more of that kind of bright coral tone. So I think I'm going to go in with the shade Bliss today. Now I have seen reviews on this and these blushes are extremely pigmented. So what I'm going to do is take the applicator out and I'm just going to kind of take off the excess product of the brush and just kind of wipe it against the top. So that way I don't have too much product on the brush. And I'm just going to go in and do just 2 dots on my cheek to start with, and then I'm going to blend that in with my sponge that has already got some concealer on it, so it's going to help blend that into my face and just give that more of a subtle blush look. It's always best to start out softer and then you can build up the colour as you go. And I'm just going to go in and apply a little bit more just to build up that colour that I want. I have been really loving cream blushes lately, especially coming into summer here in Australia. Just makes my skin look a lot more dewy and glowing and just gives that really nice natural flush of colour. So I was really looking forward to trying out these liquid blushes. And this does blend in beautifully on top of the foundation and the concealer. Look at that, it's such a pretty, just natural hint of pink on the cheeks. Super beautiful. And I do like to bring my blush just a little bit higher up towards the temples. This just kind of helps to give that more lifted look to the face. And that way the blush isn't so focused just right on the apples of the cheek. Okay, and now I'm going to use the liquid highlighter. This is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer. I have the shade Mesmerize. This looks like a beautiful, more kind of rose gold colour. So once again, I believe these are quite pigmented, so I'm just going to go in, just take off a bit of the excess product on the brush, and I'm just going to go right on top of the cheekbones and just add a couple of dots there to start with. And just using my sponge again, I'm just going to lightly press that into the skin. And these liquid luminizers are meant to give you that beautiful kind of lit from within glow, nothing too full on and shiny. So if that's kind of what you're looking for, I think you would really like this formula. It's a very kind of lightweight formula. It's not glittery or anything. It just gives you that beautiful kind of subtle glow. I might just pop a little bit more on there just to build up the colour a bit more. I I don't usually tend to use liquid highlighters that much just because I find it just so much easier to use a powder highlighter, but if I am going for more of that kind of all over creamy glowing look to my skin, I do definitely use liquid luminizers like this one, and that just looks so pretty and subtle and natural looking on the skin. I'm also going to apply some just above my brows just to give that nice kind of glowing look, and down the center of the nose as well, on my cupid's bow, and just a little bit in the center of the chin as well. Just going to bring that all over luminous looking glow to the skin, which I do really like. That actually looks really beautiful. I wasn't sure about the colour. I thought it was going to look a little bit too pink for my skin, but it's actually a beautiful kind of really light, subtle rose gold. So really liking the look of that liquid luminizer. So now I'm going to go in and just lightly powder the areas of my face where I didn't apply any liquid products. And I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder in the shade 2 Medium. This is my favourite, more of a lighter coverage powder, just to set your foundation and concealer, not to add too much extra coverage. It's just really lightweight and just looks really beautiful on the skin. I'm just going to dust some of that just underneath the blush and highlighter, blending it down onto my neck, just around the outside of the chin area, just down the center of the forehead, and also just setting the concealer on my eyes and under my eyes as well. Now I'm just going to bronze up my skin. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade number 2 Medium. This is my favourite, more natural looking bronzer at the moment. It's just a beautiful, more kind of mid-tone bronzer, nothing too cool, nothing too warm. I'm just going to add some more bronze to my skin. I just feel like I need a little bit more bronze to my skin just to complement the blush and the liquid highlighter. So I'm just going to come underneath the blush and just kind of blend that upwards towards my ear. That way it gives you that more lifted, sculpted look to your cheeks. And I'm also going to apply some of that just around the temples and up onto the forehead. And I'm using this Morphe angled brush. It doesn't actually have a number. It was from the Rose Gold collection. I'm pretty sure they have them in the regular brushes. This was a limited edition collection, but any sort of angled brush will work really well. And I'm also going to use that bronzer to contour down the sides of my nose. I like using this shade because it's a very kind of subtle, medium toned bronzer. Nothing too dramatic. And I find contouring my nose just makes so much difference. It just kind of brings the whole look together. It just kind of blends in with the bronzer on the forehead and the cheeks as well. I am actually going to go in with the bronzer and use this for my eyeshadow. I'm just doing a very soft, natural look. So I'm just going to blend that into the crease because the focus for this look is more on the skin and the lips. So I'm just going to do a very light, natural eye look. And I do always love using bronzer for eyeshadow. It just is so convenient. You don't have to use any other different eyeshadow palettes. It's just very convenient. And I'm also going to take some of that bronzer and just blend it out underneath the eyes. Not being too careful with this because I do like it to be a little bit more smoky underneath my lash line. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in and we can move on to the brows, finish off the eyes and do the lips. The brows, I'm going to be using this Rare Beauty Brow Harmony. This is a double-ended brow pencil. On one side you have more of your angled brow crayon here, and then on the second side you have a brow gel as well. So I really like that this is a 2-in-1. It just saves having to use 2 different products. So first I'm going to go in with the brow wax pencil. It has a really nice kind of teardrop shape, which is really good for getting right in under the brow with the more pointed tip of the brow pencil, and then using the thicker part of the brow pencil just to kind of fill in the areas where my brows are a little bit more sparse. So I'm going to start going along and tracing out the shape underneath my brows first. So just going across and getting that kind of precise underneath line of the brow, and then I like to go across and map out the top of the brow as well. And the ends of my brows are definitely a lot more sparse, so I will thicken that area up a little bit more. And at the front of the brow, I like to kind of tilt the brush and just do light upward strokes. This just makes this area look a lot more natural and like normal looking brow hairs, more subtle. And then as I get towards the end of the brow, I start to use a bit more pressure and just fill in that area. And then I'm going to use the second side, the brow gel. This is a really nice thin brush. I really like this. You're going to be able to really flick up those brow hairs and just make them look nice and brushed up, and also very natural fluffy looking brows as well you can achieve with this brush. It does have some pigment, so on the days where I'm not wanting to do too much makeup, just add on a little bit of colour to my brows, I can use just the brow gel on its own, and I think that would look really nice in the brows as well. So now for my eyes, I just want to add some eyeliner. I'm just going to use a natural, more brown tone eyeliner. This is the Benefit Roller Liner, just in a brown shade. So I'm just going to go across the top of my eyelid, just do a really nice thin line, and then we're just going to do a nice little wing on the side as well. It's just going to add just something a little bit extra to the eyes because the focus is going to be more on the brighter lip colour. So I'm just going to go across. I like to start in the centre of the eye and just draw a thin line just across to the end, and then I go back and go more towards the inner part of the eye and just connect to that line as I go across. Now for the wing, I like to always line up the outer corner of my eye with my brow and just go upwards in that direction. I find that that just complements my eye shape the most, because I have more slightly hooded eyes. If I do eyeliner too far out, it just makes my eyes look a bit more droopy. I need to go up a little bit higher. So I'm just going to start at the outer corner and just draw a line straight up towards my brow, and then just connect the wing back onto the line. So now I'm just going to apply some of the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. I like to use the curl and length end just to really lift my lashes and separate them nicely. So I'm just going to apply some of that mascara to my top and bottom lashes. This has been my go-to favourite mascara recently, especially when I'm using false lashes. I don't want my lashes to look too thick and clumpy before I apply the lashes, so this mascara works really nicely just to separate and just add a nice natural coat of mascara. And I'm also going to go along and coat the bottom lashes. Okay, and now for lashes, I'm going to use my current favourite lashes. These are by Kiss. These are the RITZY Natural Black Lashes. I find these just complement my eye shape really beautifully, especially if I'm wanting to go for more of a natural eyelash look. So I'm going to pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay, so the lashes are on. So next we're going to move on to lips. Rare Beauty released 2 lip products. One of them here is the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm. So I'm really excited to try this one. I got the shade Praise, which is this beautiful kind of neutral rosy pink. So I'm just going to go straight in with this on the lips. No lip liner or anything. I think it'll just look beautiful as like a stained lip balm on the lips. That's such a beautiful colour. This is like the perfect kind of natural everyday makeup look. The eyes and this lip colour. So that is the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm in the shade Praise. And the second lip product release was the Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream. I picked up this beautiful, bright, vibrant red tone. This one here is called Inspire. So I'm going to apply this just straight to lips once again. No lip liner. It does say that this should look beautiful on its own. You don't need to use a lip liner. So that's what I'm going to do. I love these bright, fun colours for summer. So I can see myself using this sort of colour quite a lot. Oh my god, that's such a soft, like, velvety texture. It feels really smooth and comfortable on the lips. Oh my god, that is such a stunning colour. I can't get over this formula. It's literally the most soft, comfortable lip formula I think I've ever tried. It feels like a really soft, light mousse texture. It's really interesting. And the applicator has a really nice flat top to it, so it allows you to really line the shape of your lips. So I think that's a really beautiful, I think that's a really great idea for the packaging. And I have to say, this is definitely a colour I can see myself wearing a lot throughout the summer. I love the formula, like I said, and I think it's a very vibrant, bright, pigmented lip product. It definitely doesn't feel matte or drying on my lips, so that is amazing. I'm not sure about the wear time, how long it would last if you're eating or drinking, but I can say this formula is definitely very comfortable to wear. So this is the final look. I'm really happy with the way it came out. I love this glowing skin and this beautiful bright red lip. So just to recap on some of the products I tried out from Rare Beauty. First of all, we have the foundation. I am definitely a big fan of this foundation. I love the way it looked on my skin. Gave that beautiful medium coverage, and it just has this really nice velvety, soft finish to the skin. It doesn't look too dewy and it doesn't look too matte. It's definitely somewhere in between. And I just really liked the formula. I really like the packaging, and I love this big applicator that it comes with as well. It's just so easy to apply on the skin, and I just really liked the look of this foundation, so I'm definitely going to keep trying out this one. I did really like the brush from Rare Beauty as well. I just found that this really blended the foundation in flawlessly on my skin. It just gave it that beautiful kind of airbrush look. There's definitely no streak marks left on my skin from the brush, and I just think this is a really nice, quick and easy way to apply foundation. So I will definitely be using this brush a lot more. Next was the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I did really like the hydrating formula of this one, and it is more of a medium coverage. I think it goes really nicely with the foundation paired together. It's just a slightly lighter shade, which I think is perfect to use with the foundation. So I'm definitely going to be using these two together for my skin routine and just see how they go. But so far I do really like this concealer on the skin paired with the foundation. Next up were the Soft Pinch liquid blushes. I did use this shade here, the lighter color called Bliss. I do really like the way it blended into my skin. It just gave that beautiful healthy flush of color to the skin. I do really want to try out this shade Joy. I think this would look beautiful for that more kind of coral, brighter look on the cheeks. If I was doing more subtle lips, I would definitely try out this color, but the formula was absolutely beautiful. You only need to use a little tiny bit, which means you're going to get a lot of product in that bottle that's going to last you quite a long time. So far I did really like how it looked on the skin, and it just gave that beautiful flush of color with a slightly more dewy look to it. So that was really pretty. Next up was the Liquid Luminizer. This one looked really beautiful on the skin. I will say this is probably not something I would reach for as often, but when I am wanting to use a liquid highlighter, I think this one looks really nice on the skin. If I'm going for more of that kind of rosy gold pink tone, I would definitely reach for this one, but it does look beautiful and just gives that more of a natural, dewy, highlighted look to the skin. Nothing too bright and too shimmery, and it's definitely not glittery. So I do really like the formula of this one. And next up is the eyebrow pencil. I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the wax brow pencil. I just find it's a little bit too thick. I do usually like to use more of a thinner brow pencil just so I can really get in and kind of emphasize those little brow hairs. But I did think it worked okay, but I do really like the brow gel side. I think this brush is so good. It's so thin and it was so easy to use to comb through my brows, give that more of a fluffy brow look, and I would definitely use this on its own, just on the days where I'm not doing too much makeup and I just want to add a little bit of colour into my brows. I think this would be perfect, so I will be using that one again. And then lastly, we have the two lip products. The first one was the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm. I have to say I was quite surprised by this one. It had a lot more pigment than I first thought, but it does look beautiful on the lips, and I can definitely see myself using this quite a lot throughout summer, especially when I'm wanting more of a shinier lip look. And I just think balms are amazing. They keep your lips hydrated and nourished, so this is definitely going to be a regularly used lip balm. And next up, my other favorite product besides the blushes is this Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream. Oh my god, the formula of this is like nothing else I've ever tried. It's incredible. It's so comfortable on the lips. It's just so soft. It has this kind of mousse-like texture, and it just feels like I've got nothing on my skin. It's so light and it just looks beautiful. It has a really nice pigment to it. I really love the color. I definitely want to try out some more colors. I hope she comes out with a broader range of colors, because there's some slightly more neutral tones. There's like a purple, a bright pink. I just hope she extends the range, because I really, really love this formula, and I can definitely see myself using this for a bright lip look throughout summer. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.